Bulavanaka, hello and welcome to Brotherhood of Dan, the show where us football fans listen to the Eurovision songs and give our honest critique from a football fan's point of view. What do we know? We're just football fans. And joining me is Dan. Dan, how you doing?
I'm alright, mate. How are you?
Good. I don't normally ask how you are. I think we did in the first two episodes.
I liked it. It makes, it's a nice warm feeling.
Folk are just saying, just get on with it. That's why we keep. They've probably already skipped past this a bit, to be honest.
Probably.
But just get to the review. So today we are looking at Israel, who are quite far up the odds. I think they're was they second or third at the moment?
Third or fourth.
Third. I think they're third favourite after just behind Austria. So that's quite interesting. So the performer we'll be listening to is Yuval Raphael, and a new day will rise. Okay, but before we do that, we need to discuss some Israeli footballers. Off you go, Dan.
Yossi Benayoun.
Yep.
We had Guy.
We had Guy.
Did we have another?
Yeah, we did.
Have we still got another?
David.
Oh yeah, he was very handsome.
He was.
David Kelchins, Guy Melamed, both of the Cohens, not George, like they won a World Cup for England. Avi and Tamir. Yeah.
Guy Melamed. Everyone called him Guy Melamed, and then one day, Michael Stewart called him Guy.
Which might actually be his name.
Right. Oh. So if your name is spelled G-U-Y and you're Israeli, is it pronounced Guy or Guy? Let us know. But it's no one else apart from Michael Stewart called him Guy.
No. I thought Guy was like a bit of a French thing as well, if it's spelled like Guy.
I don't know. Or maybe I don't know. It's just like, what's that famous champagne called that everyone drinks with the French name? Something in Chandon?
Moet in Chandon.
It's Moet.
Is it actually Moet?
It's actually Moet. You should go and check it out. I think something to do with it was a French name, but the person was Dutch. I'm saying like everyone knows. I think it's something to do with like the guy was Dutch and he pronounced things with a T on the end.
Yeah.
So it's when he came up with the Moet in Chandon, it's a French name, but he would pronounce it with a Moet.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's... So did you know it's actually Moet? It's Moet.
Wow. No, that is good knowledge.
Fun fact to learn when we... on a video about Israeli Eurovision songs. So here we go. Let's get into the song New Day Will Rise.
You say, yeah, they will rise, life will go on, everyone cries, don't cry alone, darkness will fade, all the pain will go by, but you will stay, love of my life, מים רבים לא יכבו את
Okay, wow, very interesting indeed. I think we should talk about the music first, because I know you love analysing lyrics with your background. So let's talk about the music first and the singing. What did you make of her voice?
She's obviously got a good voice. I mean, probably as good as anyone we've heard so far, I think you'd say.
I would say so. It's very powerful. Having said that, Netherlands are up there as well with powerful. It's a different type of singing.
Yeah, I think you'd say that.
I really like the rasp in her voice. It kind of cracks in a nice way.
Yeah.
When she gets to the really high notes. So yeah, no, very, very, very good singing. Very good singing. What do you make of this song?
You need to know what it's really. I don't know.
It's just how if you've just watched that for the first time. I've already seen it, but you're watching that for the first time, and this is how you'd probably react on the night.
I like something a bit more upbeat.
That's not fair for me to say that because we've not seen the staging. But yeah, you prefer something upbeat, and a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't like a ballad. But a lot of people do like a ballad.
Like a ballad, yeah.
And I would say this would fall into, the very good category of ballads that are out there. For me, it's not as musical as the Dutch song. There was more going on in that song that was quite interesting. Having said that, the key change in this was cleverly done. It brings a lot of power toward, at the end, when the last chorus kicks in, it was a change of key. I think it must go up. It's gone up a semitone, I'm guessing. It feels like it's just... When a key change goes up by a semitone, so that's like the equivalent of going between a white and then the black note next to it. When it goes up a semitone, it's very hard to notice that sort of key change. It has happened. Sometimes you have to check if an actual key change has happened when it's just a semitone. A lot of key changes tend to be 4 notes up, or 2 notes up, but this one is just a semitone up. So it's a very subtle shift to give you that extra excitement in the song, and I thought that was very cleverly done. The Ukrainian one, you don't really notice the key changes in there, and that's a bigger interval. But this one, a very subtle key change. It was very, very cleverly done. Nice piano. The piano counter melody going on as she's singing. That's great. We've got 3 languages going on, but we'll talk about the lyrics in a second, because I know you love analysing that sort of thing. Again, with what you do. Yeah, so before we get into the scoring, I think we should maybe have a wee look at the lyrics. Is it worth looking at them?
I think it is, yeah.
From a philosophical point of view.
From a philosophical point of view, yeah.
Because, we're football fans, but we might as well have a go, I would say.
Why not?
So we're just analysing the lyrics just now. So we got the 3 languages going on there. Are you seeing any themes at all happening there, Dan?
I'm just looking at the lyrics on screen here, Jace, and I'm trying not to get too close to the camera. It could be a bit off-putting for the folk watching this. And even if you say goodbye, you'll never go away. But we will stay, even if you say goodbye. Now, for me, these are expressions that love transcends physical separation, and this echoes Plato's theory of forms. I did a semester of philosophy in my first year at university.
Yeah,
failed it because I never turned up. But I then kicked up a fuss on appeal and got it overturned. We learned about Plato. I had the book, the old Plato, right, and his chums. And yeah, there's no two ways about it. It echoes Plato's theory of forms.
Oh wow! And what about, say, there we go, the new day will rise, life will go on. What's happening with that from a philosophical point of view? It's all new. Honestly, I don't understand philosophy at all.
Well, Jason, let me have a quick look here. New day will rise, life will go on. Everyone cries, so don't cry alone. And that is a suggestion. No matter how hard life becomes, it goes on. It goes on, and it's reminiscent of a lot of Nietzsche's theory. Friedrich Nietzsche, very reminiscent of Nietzsche's theory. There's obviously deep philosophical connotations there, almost certainly. I think basically it's Nietzsche's philosophy of eternal recurrence.
Oh wow!
And yeah, which is quite a thing to put into a.
What does that mean?
Into a
like,
Eurovision
like life struggles and that.
Yes.
Oh,
why not?
Oh, very good, very good. I just like the duality and the balance of the whole piece of the lyrics. I thought that was quite cool. Like, for example, what was it say? You are the rainbow in my sky, my colours in the grey.
You know what? That really, I think, I know this is the Israeli entry. I think we can turn to the East really for this, and the theory of yin and yang. I really think that's where we're looking with that. I think that's some of the philosophical connotations in there. Wow,
I've learned something new. I hope you have as well. We're just football fans, but you never know what we might already know. So I think it's time that we give it a score, Dan. If you're new to the channel, we score these out of 10. 10 meaning that this is where we think it will finish. It's not how much we like it. It's not what it's all about. It's where we think it will finish. So we give it a 10, it's probably going to win. If we give it a 0 or a 1, it's either going to not qualify or finish near the bottom on the right-hand side. Dan, as is customary, you go first. Where is this song going to finish? Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Dan has given it a 7.5. A 7.5, so that means you're going to think it's going to finish in the top 5 at least, still top 6?
Top 5, top 6, yeah. I mean, we're saying the loud part quiet here, really. There is going to be other factors coming to this.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it, and we saw that happen last year. But we've got to be fair, and it is obvious, and I think people have got to be fair to the artist, who's obviously very talented. It's a good song.
Yep.
She's a lovely singer. As I said, as good as anyone we've heard. I didn't like it as much as I like the Dutch song, though.
I would agree.
The Dutch song in 8. So and I know we're meant to think about. I know it's not about what we think, but it's where we think it'll score.
That's
I think the Dutch song was better.
That's a preference thing.
No, I just thought it was better.
Oh, right, okay.
I thought there was a bit more going on.
Okay, interesting. I think I would tend to agree with you, Dan, because I felt something very similar with that. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful piece. I really can't tell how far up the table this one is going to perform and where it's going to place. What would the juries think of this one?
I think it'll do well with the juries,
If it does well with the juries, I'm pretty sure it could also do well with some of the public. It's very interesting. It's this is why we love Eurovision. It is really hard to tell. There's Bookie's favourites, there's your favourites. It really is hard to predict, but again, we're never wrong.
I know, and I think as it said in the song, as we've already discussed, it said, darkness will fade, all the pain will go by. And I think this is what the people need to, that's the spirit of Eurovision, and because, it's just there, it's just a thing, innit?
It's a unifying force.
And this comes from the Buddhist teachings of impertinence.
Wow.
And I think that's the spirit with which the voting's got to go.
If you think Dan should go back and finish off his degree, let us know in the comments. Definitely should.
Got my degree, I just went nowhere near philosophy after the first year.
Yeah, go back and finish your philosophy degree. Get a second degree. Anyway.
Got to.
Go and get a third degree. How naive am I, right? Go and get a third degree. Why not? In life, anyway. Time for Kev from the Football.
It's Kev from the Football. Kev from the Football.
Kev from the Football. Hey Kev.
Hi Jace, how are you?
Good, thanks. You?
Hi, long time no see.
Likewise. Tell us your favourite Israeli footballers.
Well, David Kelchins would be my favourite if there hadn't been the magnificent double winner for St Johnstone back in 21 of Guy Melamed.
Oh, nice. Very good. Good choice.
I like them.
Me too. And the Israeli song, what do you think?
I think the Israeli song's very good. She sings really well. Her flow's really good. It kind of changes throughout the song. It starts with the piano, which is nice, and then more instruments kick in. And her voice, she changed language, and the flow still goes really well, and I really like it. And I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
It's Kev from the Football. Kev from the Football.
Kev from the Football. And that's Kev from the Football. Usually at a football stadium, but he is in his house because it was raining when we went to go and film. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to buy a Kev from the Football t-shirt. They're so good. They were so cool. They are so cool. You should get one. Here's Dan with his famous phrase.
Wishing you good health and good Eurovision.